Today's guest is the bass player in one of my all-time favorite bands, H.E.A.T. Now, these Swedish guys have managed to produce some of the sweetest rock and roll since the times when Def Leppard's drummer had both his arms and it was considered standard and normal to stuff your spandex with a crotch sock. Through a lot of technical issues such as cameras and mics dying on us, we still managed to have a great talk about musical inspirations, the challenges of touring, and what kind of mustache is needed in a midlife crisis. Would you please welcome today's guest, Jimmy J. Slapping the bass man.
For me, Rambo and Bloodsport with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Right.
Those are my like childhood
I don't think I've seen
magic.
that one, to be honest. But yeah, but it's good to find some movies that one still has not seen to have something to look forward to. Like,
You don't remember OK USA
Okay, USA.
and you American asshole making tricks with bricks.
no, no, man.
So,
Right?
Jimmy J,
Yeah.
welcome to my tiny little podcast.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. What are you
Good
up
to be
to,
here.
man?
Not much today. There are some tour preparations, and there are plenty of other things band related that one needs to do when when you're not out playing. This,
Yeah.
yeah.
And when you're not out playing, you're living in a tent in the woods.
Yes, this is my
Yeah.
my home here in the
Yeah.
woods.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's just
So
it's a nice day, so I figured sitting outside is good.
so with the upcoming tour, when is it headed? When are you headed out?
Uh, Starts October, and it's pretty much our normal route for like mainland Europe. A lot of Germany, Austria, Switzerland, Netherlands, Belgium, Czech Republic. Yeah, but it's gonna be pretty good. There are some pretty big shows on there, and yeah, like I think our stage set now is pretty sick. Like we have this
Yeah.
huge inflatable eye that we bring along, and yeah, it's like, what is it, 3 meters diameter? No, 2.5. But yeah, Jonah keeps complaining that he can't see Crash when he's playing. So it's like, so he doesn't like having it there when he plays. But yeah, but it looks cool.
So it's on stage like throughout the entire show, or is it like
Yeah,
you bring it out at a certain point?
yeah. Well, when we no, it's there the entire time watching you. No,
Oh,
it's
great.
like it's the big eye from the album cover.
Yeah,
Uh,
from Welcome to the Future.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it stays there the entire show. Sometimes you can go up and punch it a little bit, then it wiggles, and it's cool.
Yeah, poke
We
the
like
eye.
it. Yeah,
Well, at least you didn't go like completely nuts and get like a life-size airplane from your first album, like an
yeah.
inflatable
I
Boeing
mean that
jet.
when we ordered that like big eye, it was a little bit hard to estimate. Like, how big is this supposed to be? And we were like, I mean, first we were thinking about like 5 meters diameter, and then it's like, then I was just standing by my house like that's fucking huge. That is probably too big. And yeah, then we settled on 2.5 meters, and like, yeah, if it's too small, we order a new one. But let's start like that. But I think it was the perfect size for the stage. Yeah. So I mean, there's still
It,
a lot of places where we can't even use it because stage is not that big sometimes. So
I'm just like envisioning a lot of like Spinal Tap moments. You've seen that movie, right? This
yeah,
is Spinal Tap. When they
yeah,
order when they order Stonehenge and then they get like a miniature
right,
Stonehenge and then they got
yeah,
like little people around it, but then suddenly they look like giants next to
yeah,
Stonehenge.
yeah, yeah. That's a funny movie. One of my favorites.
Yeah, they got a
Uh,
sequel coming up now.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, yeah.
That'll
It's
be cool.
the trailer's out. They got like Elton John and all sorts of like
All
big
right.
celebrities in it, so
Yeah,
they're
probably
going like
everybody
all
wants to
in.
be in that. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, but we did have like maybe it's not a Spinal Tap moment where something goes wrong, but we had a bit of a. I mean, we were joking around about the plan that if we were playing one of those metal cruises and it's like the end of the album cycle, we'd fill it up with like helium, and then at the end of the show, we would just, cut
Oh,
off the ribbon and let it fly out in the ocean.
yeah,
But
and then
uh,
the end of
and
the ribbon is stuck to like Dave's foot, and you just fly
yeah,
off.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Yeah,
and then
that
just
would be a
stand there
sight
and
for
like
sore eyes.
salute it and watch it fly off
Yeah.
into the sunset. Like, good job, ball.
But then again, I imagine it wasn't like super cheap, so it would be a bit of a shame to see the money just fly off.
Well, to be honest, like when an album cycle is over, you're left with a lot of
That's
fucking
true.
useless shit like you're not gonna use anymore. I guess some bands like bring a lot of backdrops and stuff like that, and they switch. Like Iron Maiden does that, but I mean, I think they order new ones, when that time comes.
Mm.
But right now, we have like in our little warehouse, we have so many backdrops mm, that are
They're
just
just
useless.
taking up space. Well,
Yeah,
at some
but you
point,
can't you
man, you
can't
can
you can't
auction
throw
them
them out.
off.
You can't throw them out either. It's like a part of the history. So
Of
it's
course.
uh it's the worst fucking thing. I hate these things like that. You can't throw them away, but you have no use for them. That's hoarder 101.
So how long is the tour gonna be?
3 weeks. That's
Three
kind
weeks.
of
All right.
where we have set our limits. Like it's hard to be away from home for. I mean, 3 weeks is a long time when you have kids and stuff at home. So, um, I mean, it's gonna be hard on the wives and the kids that we're away and working. But yeah, I think after 3 weeks, it's yeah, that's the limit. That's the like I wouldn't say a sweet spot, but it's that's as much as one can take, I think.
I guess it's not the most comfortable way of living either.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Well, I mean, bus. I mean, we usually tour by bus, and then you sleep on the bus, and it's quite convenient actually. Like you pack up your shit after the show, you go to bed on the bus, and you wake up at the next show. So you don't have any active travels, which is pretty good.
Yeah, I guess that makes it a bit easier when you don't have to get like on an airplane and you're all like jet lagged and you got to fly for like 13 hours and
Flying, that takes a lot of energy. Like we obviously when we toured South America, then we were flying everywhere, and then you need like a day off just for the travel between every show. So that's not very. It's not economical, and it's not awesome either. Like just one day for traveling, and the distances over there is so massive. Like I mean, me and my wife, we actually were like before that tour, we were like, oh, let's go to like since you're anyways flying over the Atlantic Ocean, let's go to Rio for a couple of days before, and then you just fly to your next show, like your first show in Mexico City. And the other said, yeah, that's a great idea. And then that fucking flight from Rio to Mexico City is just as fucking long as it was from,
oh
fucking
man,
Germany to Rio. So it was like 9.5 hours, up to Rio to Mexico City. I guess it was a little bit ignorant to not to underestimate the distances and how big it is there. Yeah.
it reminds me one time in the airport I ran into Eric Grönvall and when he
Hmm.
was with the Skid Row guys they were doing some hockey anniversary performance in
Hmm.
Stockholm. So I
Right.
ran into them at the airport and I had kind of followed him, online, like, oh, now they're playing in Canada, now they're playing, somewhere else, some other country, and it's like, man, like, how do they cope with it? So when I met them, I was like, seriously, like, how do you guys like you guys gotta have like constant jet lag. Like you gotta be so fried, like because
Hmm.
they were saying like, oh, now we're in Stockholm, and then once the gig is done, we're gonna be flying, back to the US, and we gotta do this and that.
Right.
And one of the guys said, that's where the beers come in.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
there are medicines for that. I think you get used to it. To be honest, jet lag. Since I got kids, like small kids, like any sort of tired state I've gotten used to. So I think that it's like I don't feel jet lagged anymore. I didn't feel jet lagged going to Japan and not to go to South America. And if you don't get jet lagged, then maybe you're immune. You know?
Or maybe you're just in a constant state of jet lag.
Yeah, that's probably it. You know?
I know too, like from having little kids,
Yeah,
like the sleep pattern is so inconsistent and you're like completely fried, like
yeah,
all the time.
yeah, and yeah. Nowadays, I feel fine on 4 or 5 hours of sleep. Like it's like all right, that's a decent night's sleep. You know?
Yep. Yeah. And as long as I can get those 4 hours like in one go, where it's not
Mhm.
like, oh, I got 20 minutes there and then I woke up and then I, went back to sleep. If I can get like 4 hours straight,
Oh,
then I'm good. I'm good.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't even bother me. I can wake up in the middle of that, go up and do whatever, and then go back to sleep and fall asleep within a minute. I have a talent for falling asleep, I think.
Oh man, I envy you. I envy you. I wish I could do that. Some people they just close their eyes and they fall asleep, like a dog.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't I can't do that. I gotta lie there for at least, a good 30 minutes to sort
yeah.
of
I've
flick
always
off the
had that.
switch.
Like, even when I went to school, like, to Rytmus, the gymnasium. Yeah, what is that?
Yeah,
High
yeah.
school or whatever.
Well, yeah, music high school,
Yeah,
basically.
exactly. Then that was in Stockholm, and I had to take the like train every day, and like I mean, I always fell asleep before the next station, and I really had to set my alarm to wake up for when it was like my stop. And
Yeah.
sometimes I missed that. I guess it was after. Well, then I think we actually had been out like partying, and I mean, I was just going back and forth, Mashta, Södertälje, and but I did get my like 8 hours, but I just kept falling asleep on the train, and then I finally got off and I just called my mom. Then like, I don't want to ride a train anymore. Pick me up, please. My
Sure.
friends made me a T-shirt actually after that said "Väck mig i Väsby," wake me up in Upplands Väsby. So
So, the new
yeah,
album came
right,
out here in 25. So how's
yeah,
the response been? Like,
good. People like it. I think I like it,
mhm.
and that's the most important thing. No, but it's yeah, it's the response has been good. I think it's I mean, it's not miles away in terms of production or sound or anything from Force Majeure. It's a little bit of an extension, but I think the
Mm.
songs are great, and yeah, we're very happy with it. Yeah,
It felt like once Kenny was back, it felt like he kind of lit a fire and was like, now we got to create something
yeah,
extraordinary.
yeah. I mean, uh, like before Force Majeure, like before Kenny came back, I mean, it was always like some unfinished business that we had not made the album with the production that we wanted with Kenny. So, yeah, that was really nice to get some. Well, it's still going, so it's not closure, but you know what I mean. Like that, finally we got to do those albums that we wanted to, and
Mm.
you know,
I I always think back on like the major bummer when you guys put out Heat 2,
hmm,
and just as you were about to tour the album, COVID hit, right?
right. That is correct.
I feel that album somehow just got lost in the chaos of
It
COVID.
did. It didn't get the tour it deserved or the shows it deserved. Um, and I mean, obviously, like Eric left, like after that, so it will never get the tour it deserved. But
Oh,
yeah, I mean, on the other hand, that was the climate for everybody then. So
mm,
like
that
nobody
was a
could work.
weird time.
Yeah, that
That
was a
was a
weird
weird
time.
time.
I mean, if it's weird to say that it was convenient, but for me personally, it was like for a pandemic to happen, it could not have happened at a better time in my life because at that point I just had like the first child, and he was like I was supposed to go on tour when he's 3 months old,
Oh,
and I was
yeah.
like having fucking anxiety over it, like shit, how's this gonna go? And like he was not super well at home. It was so new to both me and my wife, and uh, then when it got canceled, I was like, oh, all right. I, it was a little. It was a small part of me that thought it was nice. Like,
So, so basically, you prayed for it, and it happened. So it's your
yeah, it's my
fault.
fault. It's my fault. It's my fault. Yeah.
There you have it,
No,
people.
but that. I mean, and I did get like so much time with Frank, like during that first years. That was very important. Whereas,
It is.
yeah.
So, do you got any other projects going on now, like outside of Heat?
Yeah, I'm in one project called Ginevra.
Hmm.
Uh, that's Frontiers kind of super group that they tend to do. It's with Magnus Carlsen from Primal Fear. Uh, it's Christian Fear from Seventh Crystal, and it's Magnus Olfstedt, who used to play bass and drums in Eclipse. And what else did he do? He plays with like, what are they called? Grand Magus?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he does a lot
yeah,
of, and I also played with him when we played with Jimmy Jameson. He was the drummer, so
yeah.
he's the drummer in that. So it's us four. I mean, I met the guys once when we recorded the videos for the first album. Apart from that, it's kind of a distance relationship thing, you know. But
But are
I
you
like
guys in touch? Like, do you communicate, or is it just you receive an audio file and then you just kind of do your thing on it and then send it back?
we do communicate a little bit, not so much. I've chosen not to be very involved in the songwriting. Like on the first album, I had one song that I had written, um, but yeah, I didn't really have time for it. But it's I like that music as well, and especially to play bass on it because it's completely free. Like for me to do whatever I want to
Yeah.
do artistically as a bass player. Uh, with Heat, it's like then the song is always in focus, and it's a lot of other elements that need their space. Uh, I mean, um, and that's the way I like to play bass. Like, obviously, the song has to come first because that's the most important thing. There's no ego in it, but it's a lot of fun to do weird shit, you know, and to write your own bass parts like that.
Sometimes bassists, they don't get enough credit. For an example, a while ago, I was listening to Pantera,
Yeah,
and I gotta admit, like, I never really paid much attention to the bass because, it's like Vinny and
yeah.
Dime, and they're just doing their thing. But I think it was, I can't remember the song, but it was one of the solo sections.
Hmm.
And for some reason, I just started listening to the bass, and I was like, "Oh my God,
Yeah,
Rex Brown
Wreck is a
it,
beat. He's
he's
he's one of my
but what an
favorites all time. It's
but what an underrated player. I never feel like
fuck
I've
yeah.
heard people like praise. Rex Brown, but the
No.
groove he's got is insane.
Yeah, he's crazy. Crazy good.
What is your like top three bass gods?
I mean, Rex Brown is up there, of course. And I mean, Mike Porcaro, Toto, you know, I do like bass players that really, you know, make this song, you know, better. Like, I mean, a lot of people like Flea, and sure, I think Flea is fine. He's very skilled, but it's like that's not the bass player's job, in my opinion. Like, I think a bass player should be a little bit low key. I mean, but Cliff Burton was monster as well, but he was also like lead bass, you know.
It's true. He was
So
almost like Lemmy.
right, uh, but fuck is yeah, Chris Wolstenholme, Muse. He's
Okay,
fucking
yeah,
monster as well.
I know you love Muse.
I love
Um,
Muse.
yeah. One bassist I seriously love is James Lomenzo.
Yeah.
Uh, not so much for the stuff he did in White Lion,
Hmm.
but when you listen to Pride and Glory, the album he did with Zach Wild,
All right.
they did that. It was sort of like this southerny kind of Black Sabbath, Allman Brothers mixed up, and the bass
Right.
that James Lomenzo is playing on that album is like out of this world. But back to what you said before, like Toto, that's also
Hmm.
one of my top favorite bands.
Yeah, me too. Like, and especially like while learning to play music, they were all like the role models of musicianship. Like,
Mm.
they're the ultimate musicians. It's
They are.
yeah,
I mean, if you take like Michael Jackson's Thriller,
yeah,
the backing band is basically Toto.
yeah,
I mean, all
uh,
major like artists from that era, they
yeah,
all used the Toto guys.
yeah. And I can see why. Like, and
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I mean, they were kind of the sound of that entire era. It's
Mm.
why it sounded like that. You know,
I went on Spotify and I wrote, like, I just searched for a playlist with Steve Lukather,
right?
just like to see like if somebody had compiled a playlist with everything that he had appeared on, and it
Had
was
anyone done that?
yeah, and
That must be
there was so much stuff that I had no clue that he played on. Where you go, wow, is that him? Is that him playing that song?
I mean, it must have been thousands of songs. Like,
Yeah, I did the same with Dan Huff.
yeah,
I didn't know Dan Huff played the guitar on All I Want for Christmas Is You.
me neither, man.
No, did you at one point talk about doing a solo thing?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I did, and I am like, it's something that you sit down and you write songs, and it's like don't really have the project. I'm not really in the project that this song would fit, but I really love the fucking song, so I need to create that project, I guess. So, I mean, I stack up the songs that are written and that deserves to be released, I guess. So
Yeah.
once there's enough of that, I intend to release it to the world in some sort of a solo project way where I will also sing and stuff. So
Yeah, and
yeah,
that's one thing maybe not everybody knows, but not
yeah.
only do you play the bass, but you also play the guitar and you also sing very well.
Thank you very much.
So
Yeah,
that would be a very interesting release to hear. I mean,
yeah,
I hope it's not one of those things that you'll drag out for the next, 15 years and it's like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not
I
sure.
mean, I did have like some sort of a goal to release it before I'm 40, but clock is ticking. So
Where you
Yeah.
at now?
Uh,
Before.
I'm 39 and a half. Yeah. So,
Oh man, 40. Here you go, midlife crisis.
uh,
You're gonna get a leather vest and you're gonna buy a motorcycle and
probably growth stash, something like that.
exactly like a real porn stash.
Yeah. Yeah. Why not? Why not?
I would that would be a great look for you, man.
You
Like
think
it
so?
would kind of work with the long hair, just like you'd look like the guy from Spinal Tap. Nigel
Yeah.
Tufnell, he's got that
The thing
thing,
is,
and then
I don't really have good facial hair growth. I mean, I mainly get whiskers, kind of like a cat. So would probably look like Salvador Dali or something if they're long enough, you know.
but maybe you should do like the guy from Spinal Tap. You know, like how all the guitarists always have their like cigarette like by the headstock on the
Hmm?
guitar. He developed this sort of like device that holds his pipe.
All right.
So he's got this like giant pipe, and then he goes while he's playing the bass.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Then
that could
then
work.
the stash would go great with that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the long
Yeah.
thin. Yeah. Mm. Well, that's more like a
Hello.
sensei, like kind of Chinese kung fu movie
To
style,
be honest, that
the
feels
long
like
thin,
it feels very Danish hipster also.
like a long thin mustache.
Yeah, like the curled ones. To me, it feels Danish somehow.
I gotta say, I've seen more Swedes. I have seen more Swedes pull that look off than Danes.
Probably, probably.
Tell me, I need to know what got you into bass. Like, why is it you chose the bass?
Uh, I mean, like 90% of the bass players, you know, I was a guitar player and the bass player quit, you know. But
Hmm.
to be honest, like I always like the result of like what the band sounds like together. Like I don't have that much ego in it, so I think that I could have ended up with any sort of instrument at that point. Like, I mean, I was 11 years old, so it was not like yesterday or so. I just yeah, bass player quit. I was like, all right, well, we had three guitar players, so I was like, I'll take the bass. It's fine.
Three guitar players.
Yeah, I guess like I mean they had already formed a band at that point called Black Fire. I mean we were friends in our hockey team. It was me and Eric Rivers and yeah some other guys. And I guess that I just became like their friend, so they were like, yeah, of course you can join, but they already had two guitar players, so it's like, yeah, but there's room for one more. So it was a courtesy, you know, thing.
So was there like a defining moment for you where you were like, I wanna become a musician. I wanna make music.
Yeah. Uh, I mean, opening Kiss Alive 2 and seeing that centerfold. And it's quite a fun story about that was, I mean, it's quite a cliche. Like that's how, you know, a fair share of all rock musicians ended up rock musicians was to see that centerfold and like, that's what I want to do. And I actually got to meet Ace Frehley on the Monsters of Rock cruise, uh, when we played there last time. And I told him this story and I showed him the tattoo, you know, and uh, yeah, I told him about, you know, him playing Dimebag Darrell's guitar, and he was like, "Yeah, we were good friends." And I was like, "Yeah, I didn't know that," but that's awesome, man. And then I was like, "Yeah, and you're actually, you know, partly responsible for me even being here, being a musician, like because uh, opening that Alive 2 centerfold, I knew that's what I want to do." And he just got up and like, "Yeah, I get that all the time," and left. And I was like,
Yeah.
I mean, that was, but I'm so pleased with that response. He's still a god, you know. He didn't like try to talk like we're on the same level. We're fucking not. so, so that was like when I've been thinking about it, like, yeah, that's exactly the response I wanted. And I think I just responded like, I know you do, man. Take care. So
It makes me think of that one time I saw like an interview with Mike Tyson where he had met Michael Jackson backstage, and he had approached him and gone like, "Hey, Mr. Jackson, a big fan of yours." And then Michael Jackson had just looked at him. He's like, "Do I know you?" And Mike Tyson at that time was like at the prime of his career,
right.
So it was like, "Do I know you?" And he's like, "No, I'm just a big fan." And then Michael Jackson just went into his limo and drove off, and then left
All
Mike
right.
Tyson standing there. And then he goes, "I got to do that to someone."
Yeah.
And so you started out with Kiss, and then what?
Yeah. Kiss, and then Metallica, I guess. And at that point, I mean, when I listened to Kiss, I listened to only Kiss, like until I had all the albums. And then same thing with Metallica. Then I listened to only Metallica until I like knew every riff and had all the albums and knew all the songs. And I guess after that point, like, started to learn to play more schooled, so to speak. Like, I started to go to the music school Rhythmus that we ultimately everybody in the band went to. But also Pantera was also there somewhere. I started listening to a lot more things, and Pink Floyd was also something that came in there. Big inspirations on the albums like that. It's just a few real songs, and the rest of it is ultimately just putting the listener in the right mood to listen to that song. And it's like, you got to have confidence in those main songs of the album to do that, and that somebody would even find it interesting to listen to, like, to noise and like just very atmospheric stuff. But so, I mean, that's what I really love about Pink Floyd, or one of the things I really love about them.
Yeah, I gotta admit, like I like Pink Floyd, but I'm one of those that I go to the easy, digestible stuff. When
Right.
it turns into those 20-minute soundscapes,
Right.
I I don't know. I might be able to digest it if I'd eaten a bunch of mushrooms or something.
Yeah, but they're like, it's meant to listen to the album like in its entirety. Like, it's not, sure, and you can take the hits and put it on the radio and you'll still enjoy it. It's great songs, like, but it really shines when you're listening from start to finish to an entire album of theirs.
Yeah.
When you have the time, like, if you're stressed, don't listen to it.
No.
Yeah.
Or maybe for some it will, unstress them.
Yeah, but sometimes one needs to be stressed. So
I think
if
it's
you're in a
kind of
hurry or something.
I think it's kind of cool that you went from Kiss to Metallica. I mean, that's, even though
Hmm.
it's still within the rock realm, it's still a pretty big jump. I started out with
Yeah.
Metallica. Oh, sorry, I started out with AC/DC, and from there I went to Guns N' Roses, which was a slight upgrade. Like it was a bit more
Right.
rough.
Yeah. I mean, Metallica thing, I mean, it was a little bit like group pressure almost, like, to get into Metallica because all my friends were listening to Metallica. So I was like, okay, I got to check it out as well. And I really liked it as well. So
And do you have a favorite album there? because that's always the big divider
Yeah,
with Metallica fans.
it is. I mean, to go with like and Justice, to be honest, I really like that album. I
Oddly
think it
enough,
just has
without
the,
any bass.
yeah, but I mean that's also I love Jason Newsted and stuff, and they have made versions now with remixed with the bass like in there, and um, I saw an interview with Jason Newsted where there was a fan. It was like gave him one of these remixes, like this is for you, man, and he's like, what is this? Yeah, it's the way it's supposed to sound, and Justice, and he was like, well, the album like was a complete fucking breakthrough, so maybe it was supposed to sound like that.
Mm.
So he was kind of dissing that somebody had turned him up because the album was successful and took Metallica to like lay the foundation for Black Album, and they're fucking being the biggest band in the world. So like there's no right or wrong. Like if you like it, how it sounds, that's the way it's supposed to sound, and I really like that sound of that album. It's very aggressive and raw, and like in my opinion, James sings absolutely the best on that album. So
It is a great album, definitely. And I've heard those remixed versions. I don't know, it sounds cool right when you hear it, but then I also get that feeling like that's not how it's supposed to sound.
right,
So I kind of I get what Jason Newsted is saying.
yeah,
It's like it's a moment in time, and it came out the way it was supposed to come out, and
yeah,
it was a success, and it did everything. And who knows,
hmm,
maybe if it had like a fat bass on it, it might not have made the same impression.
no, I mean one can only speculate. But it was a successful album, and so I guess it was right. Took Metallica to where they are today. Well, today, unfortunately, I don't like much of what they're
No,
writing. I hope they'll get back to it, but I doubt it. Uh, yeah, but
it
I mean, their success they've had is just massive. So
it's an interesting band. I mean, they get so much crap for, oh, Lars is a shitty drummer and blah blah blah. You know what? Recently, I thought about it. I was listening to uh, some old Metallica stuff, and you can say what you want about Lars Ulrich's drumming, but to me, I feel like it's a crucial part of Metallica's sound
yeah,
because
you hear that it's him. Like,
he's no Mike Portnoy, but
mhm,
it's sort of like with his limited skill set, or what you might say, he finds these other ways to create something that sounds unique.
yeah,
So I don't think he gets the credit that he actually deserves as a drummer, if you ask me.
yeah, and I mean, I think also there's a sound to you know there's an interesting energy in the sound when somebody's playing on the complete edge of their limitations. They're really giving it their all. Like if
Yeah.
if, if like Vinnie Paul would have played that, or Mike Portnoy, like I mean, they would have sounded pretty relaxed. But when Lars Ulrich played, he's giving it his fucking all.
Mm.
And that's a
True.
sound. It's a lot of
That is the
energy in that.
sound. I mean, it's the same with Kirk Hammett. He might not be Steve Vai or Yngwie Malmsteen or whatever,
Yeah,
but he's got something that just makes him sound like Kirk Hammett.
yeah,
And in the big picture of Metallica, I think everybody is like nobody in the band is some musical genius, but when they come together,
yeah,
like a chemical reaction occurs and they just turn into
yeah,
something, yeah, special.
yeah. But I think, I mean, Metallica. I mean, it's all about the songs. Like they write so fucking good songs that it's
Mm.
ridiculous. Or was writing a lot of good songs. Um, and that's the strength. And I think that uh, in some ways, like virtuosity, or if you're a really fucking good guitar player, or really, really good singer, or that can actually take attention away from a really good song. Like, there's nothing that inspires me more, for example, than when there's a really fucking good song that delivers all the emotion and energy that one wants, but the singer is not that great, you know. But it doesn't matter because the song is fucking great, you know.
Mm.
And I think that's super inspiring to me. Like,
I no, I totally get you. I totally get you. For me, it's like, I'm really into like guitarists,
mhm,
and when I was younger, I was really into Steve Vai
right,
because I felt like even like it was so weird, like the stuff he was doing, but it was still built up in a way that it had like almost like the standard strong song structure. But with time, his music has gotten so strange. I mean, it sounds like something from another planet. And
right.
for me, it's hard to listen to.
I saw
I
that
can't
Hydra thing was crazy. I mean,
exactly.
he's super impressive, and I love Steve Vai. Like,
Yeah. I understand why somebody like him has the need to constantly push his own boundaries because I mean that guy is so super talented. So I
yeah.
get it. But for me as the listener, it's tough, man. I can't listen to the
To
newer
be honest,
stuff.
with Steve Vai, I don't think he does it for like to please listeners. He
No,
is enjoying himself, pushing his limits, being
exactly.
fucking. I mean, arguably the most skilled guitar player in the world. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I recently met him. He super nice guy. I
right.
met him backstage at with the H.E.A.T tour in Copenhagen
Yeah.
with my son, and he took a picture with my son and gave him a guitar pick. Super nice
Cool.
guy. So that was very very cool. But yeah, like some of the stuff that was played, it was like when Joe Satriani came in, it was pretty straightforward. And then every time Steve Vai came in and played, it was like, oh, man, this is like quantum physics.
Yeah.
My brain is hurting. Did you see when they did the thing with Ingrid Malmsteen?
The G3 thing,
Yeah, yeah.
or yeah, I've seen some of it. Like,
Uh,
it was a long time ago, so
It was funny
don't
because
really.
Satriani and Vai, they kind of got their thing going on, and they're very sort of like mellow, and they'd be like playing the
Right,
guitars, and then Ingve comes in and it's just like split kick and throwing the guitar around and with picks
right.
everywhere. It was
Being
hilarious, and
English,
yeah, and apparently they had they had asked him to sort of tone it down when they were all on stage together because the other guys were like ducking from like flying guitars and picks.
yeah, that probably just makes him want to do it more, you know.
Probably, yeah.
So,
I actually went to a guitar clinic with him in '96, and I was in front row, and
right?
they'd put up like a little chair with two beers and a pile of guitar picks. I mean, I got picks like in my eye, in my forehead.
Yeah,
I mean, if you didn't catch a pick at that guitar clinic, it was
yeah,
because I don't know, like even if you didn't have arms and legs, you'd just open your mouth and you'd be full.
yeah. I mean, so something similar when I saw Pantera when they played in Stockholm the last time, like with Dime and Vinny and everything. That was that 99,
Yeah, it must have
two
been.
thousand
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah,
Reinventing the steel.
right, right. And then, like, show was over. Dime was throwing out a lot of picks. Like, but people were still standing there wanting more picks. Then he goes and grabs this fucking big box and just throws out an entire fucking box. And I mean, there were laying picks everywhere. Like, you could not.
Well, that's
Everybody could
cool.
have gotten fucking 100 of them. I mean, it was. It was so many picks just laying around. Everybody could pick up one if they wanted to. So,
There's this Danish band called Red Warszawa,
hmm.
and I saw them. I've seen them live many times. One time I saw them at Roskilde Festival, and by the end of the show, they rolled out a baby stroller full with what do they call plungers? You know, for toilets,
All right.
and they were just throwing them out to the crowd.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, maybe
Or
that's something for the Heat tour. You know, find
yeah, we gotta
some random shit you just throw out to people.
definitely. Kenny keeps asking that he wants a T-shirt gun. You know, the ones that they had at
Oh,
stadiums and stuff. I'm
yeah,
sure you can shoot other things than T-shirts with those.
beer
Like,
cans.
yeah,
that anybody wants a beer and it's just like bam, lights out.
yeah, why not? Yeah,
Listen, man, this was really fun. Even with
yeah.
all
Thanks.
the technical issues and
Yeah.
yeah, we lost
Hope
the
we
connection a
can.
few times. Sorry?
I hope we can edit it to make sense. You know, in
I'll
the end.
try to edit it down, and if it doesn't work, you'll have to do this again. There's no way around
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
All
All
right.
right, man. Cool, man. So
Cool.
take care.
You too, man.
And good luck on the tour. Stay safe,
Thanks,
man.
bro. You too.
Bye
See you.
bye.
Bye.